You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hello, and welcome to the premiere of Teen Mom 2. I've been waiting for so long for this. I'm your host, Mackenzie Fain, and I have Mama Lee with me. If you guys have been following us throughout Teen Mom OG or following Teen Mom OG, watching us here on AfterBuzz TV, we covered that season, and that was pretty great. We added 2 new girls that season. Not adding any girls to this season of Teen Mom 2, but still lots to talk about, and a lot of stuff happens. So.
Yep. Hi. Let me get the camera over.
Get the camera on. Tonight, Mama Lee is our engineer and a host over here, so she's doing it all. Mm-hmm. So first we should really recap last season. For those of you who may be just tuning in, or kind of just getting the feel for this season, really, since it has been a long time. So last season we left off with the whole Breanna and Javi, who is Caitlin's ex-husband, their whole relationship and them being together and all the drama that came with that. Breanna and Kail had a really bad relationship because of it, and a lot of drama happened there. Javi does this like half-assed proposal to Breanna, like on a couch, like, here, do you want this? It was really awkward. But anyway, they break up, and in one of the conversations before they even break up, Javi says, "Well, I have somebody that's willing to come to Dover." She's like, "Okay, don't talk to me." But there's a lot that happens, more with them, which I'm sure you've seen, but that's pretty much the overview. Kail has a lot of issues with her youngest son, Lux's father, Chris, who I literally don't think we've ever seen before. Really? Yeah, he's completely non-existent.
Okay.
We never even knew that they were, like, together or anything. She also hid that she was pregnant for a really long time, and then hid the father the entire time. Huh. And then didn't name him for like 3 months.
Come on.
Yes.
The baby?
Yes. He did not have a name for like a long time.
Oh.
A really long time. But his name is Lux.
Yeah.
Which is cute. Well, I do want to talk more about Allie when we get to Leah's part, but her school aid was dropped, which that was a whole big thing for them last season. Devon went to jail for some outstanding drug warrant situation issues, and then Devon started staying with Breanna and her mom and her sister and her 2 daughters in this tiny little like 2-bedroom apartment. It has to be, or maybe 3, I don't even know, but there's a lot of issues with that. And then lastly, Nathan's mom tried to get custody of Kaiser, and David posted a lot of homophobic tweets, so he was no longer able to film with MTV.
Ooh, good review.
But I don't really think that it was just the homophobic tweets. I think there was a lot of other things that led to him not being able to film, like, issues with the police and things like that, and there's a lot of, like, he posts a lot about, like, guns and, like, I'll shoot the crazy stuff. But anyway, let's just jump right on into it, because why not? So Chelsea. Okay, we're gonna start out with Chelsea. She just has the cutest little family, first of all. Mm-hmm. Last season, at the end, we found out that she was pregnant with a little baby girl. So she has Aubrey, her oldest, who she shares with Adam, non-existent father. And then she married Cole and had her little boy Watson, who just started walking, and he's starting to talk, she tells us. And she's like 7 months pregnant with little baby girl, who she has had, but I'll tell you the name later on.
Oh,
Okay, in the
All
news
right.
and gossip, so we can save a couple things. But yeah, so they buy a new house, but I really want to, because you probably didn't really follow Teen Mom 2 extensively.
No. So I remember when I remember Janelle really well because I did watch this episode before. I'm sorry. The Teen Mom with these girls on it. But I only remember Janelle and Leah. So I don't remember the other two girls. I think I remember Chelsea a little bit, but not much. But Janelle seems to be exactly where she was when I saw her when she was 16 years old. She hasn't really changed at all. And I happened to watch like an episode, the wrong episode today. And I'm like watching it today, you know, from last night's, I thought it was. And I'm like, wow, Janelle is the same exact person she was. But
she really is. I mean, minus like the drug problems that she had, but she really is.
Yeah.
She really is the same. Like, there's been no change in her. But, I mean, back to Chelsea. So, she buys this new house, and she goes out on her porch, and she tells us, you know, I don't know how people don't like this wide open, you know, around nobody. And we're from a place where there's trees everywhere and woods everywhere, and you literally are in the middle of nowhere. So she is just without the woods. So I can totally relate to that.
Oh, absolutely.
And I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's really cool, and I think she loves it. But one thing that made me so sad was she goes, if we had any friends, you know, we'd invite them over to hang out, but we don't.
No, I don't understand that.
I mean, it's really probably really difficult to be, like, not only very normal people living a very normal life on TV, but finding normal friends to fit in with that.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about, what about friends like from, you know, when
she was 15? She's now like 25.
Yeah.
So,
and she's been on the show since she was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So it just must be really difficult because she was so young. Like, I don't know. I probably have like 2 or 3 friends from when I was 15.
Yeah, true. But, you know, again, I watched the wrong episode. And it was the first episode of last season.
Okay. I'm going to be like, how is she such an expert on the first season of, or the first episode of season 8?
I knew everything.
Well, I mean, first, I didn't even say this is season 9, episode 1, called ...
Okay, yep.
Okay, I should have said that in the beginning. Sorry, guys. But I like to say it because kind of keeps us on track each week. But yeah, I mean, it
was a beautiful house.
It was a beautiful house. It really was.
The land was gorgeous.
Yes.
Imagine being able to let your kids run out there. It was perfect. I love it.
It really was. So now we get to this whole thing. Adam can only see Aubrey at the visitation center, right? Did this not just kill you?
Oh, it did.
Okay, let's just go by step by step. So, he gets 10 to 15 minutes, he has to show up early. If he's not there within 10 to 15 minutes before the appointment starts, then it's canceled. Which, it's just such a difficult thing to put a kid, and we'll talk about that, but in this, that's such a short window. Like, they could have already been on their way, like they were. They could have already been sitting in the parking lot, like they were. That's such a crazy...
Right.
Whatever.
Yeah, but that's not why they did it.
No, I mean, it's so they don't see each other. It's just, I don't know. But anyway, so Chelsea brings Aubrey to visit her dad. So they're in the car, and what did you think about that conversation before they even get there?
Well, first I was thinking, oh, wow, they're so open. She talks about so much that I feel like I wouldn't.
Like what?
Know. Oh, gosh, I can hardly remember the conversation now. Ask me about season 8.
Well, okay, I'll tell you one thing that Aubrey says. She, you know, I really don't know what to talk about with him even. What if he asked me about you? She goes, I don't think he'll do that. But at the same time, I was thinking, like, Chelsea, how do you know that he won't do that?
Yeah.
She's asking for your advice.
Right, okay.
But, I don't know. I really think Chelsea is such an amazing mom. So I really don't put her in any whatever.
I think it was more like when she was just informing her about the 10 minutes before, and if he doesn't show up. But I'll tell you, during their scenes together, I changed my mind totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Because she's so smart, right?
So smart, so grown up, and she was adorable with the things she said.
I know. So, Chelsea, it's just so hard. But so then Chelsea asks her if she's nervous. She goes, yeah, a little, but I don't really know why. And I paused there and I just thought, how great that is for her to, I am a little bit nervous, but I don't really know why. And that's such a super right thing.
Yeah, exactly. You don't know how to put those emotions into words. I can't explain it. But.
Yeah. So then Chelsea gets the phone call, and Aubrey, we find out she pretty much hears the whole thing.
Yeah.
So he didn't show up, or he showed up late. I don't know.
We don't know.
I don't think.
We don't know.
Okay. Regardless, he did not meet the criteria, and it was canceled. Mm-hmm. And I thought it was so awesome. Well, first, Chelsea says, he didn't show up. I'm so sorry, whatever. And she was just like, okay, so now what do we do?
No, she said, yeah, we came all the way down here.
Yeah.
But I could see, Chelsea's face. She was, that you're heartbroken for your child. It's terrible.
Yeah. And she was like, let's go get ice cream or something, which was awesome. So they go, and then Aubrey goes, do you want to go get ice cream? And Aubrey's like, yeah, I do. I'm just still surprised that he didn't show up. It's not a very okay, yeah, kind of thing for her. It's very emotional.
Yeah.
Which made it even worse because as Aubrey, as the time goes on and Aubrey keeps bringing it up, I'm just like, wow. I hope he watches this and is like, I am the worst human.
Absolutely. And she was so adult, that she could put how she felt in words so easily was more heartbreaking that had she just kind of cried, because she's older and she's using words like disappointed, and it's sad.
It was really sad. So then Chelsea said, I'm really sorry this is even something you have to think about, which was so great of her to say. So then they get to ice cream, and at first when Chelsea said, how do you feel? I was like, why are we bringing this up again? Let's just, let her eat her ice cream. But at the same time, then I thought it's really cool that they have such an open, talk about your feelings.
Yes.
Kind of relationship.
Yeah.
So then Aubrey said shocked, but less sad than I thought I would be. I don't even think I would know that information.
I know.
So, and then the craziest part to me was when Aubrey compared it to Cole. If Cole, this was so crazy. She goes, if Cole had to come, I know he wouldn't have missed it. And then she goes, well, actually, Cole wouldn't really be in this situation, so.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
And she's like, and then she goes, I really did need this ice cream. I didn't know how much I needed it until I just had it.
That was so cute.
Yeah.
Sometimes you never know how much you need ice cream until you get it. It
was so cute. Chelsea's just like, yeah, I totally know.
They were like little friends, But, what's her name? Chelsea was just so perfect with her. I say friends, but she wasn't inappropriately friends with her. It was really cute.
Yeah, it was such a great little spot. It was awful to see, but it just is such a great eye-opener to how awesome that, Chelsea brought her up by herself for a very long time, and she did such a good job.
Yeah.
And now they have this great family together, and they so deserve it.
And that's why they're like little best friends.
Yeah.
They were together for so long.
Absolutely. So we go into Leah. What'd you think of Leah?
Oh, she was great. What's not to like? I mean, yeah, she's cute, and
so we see she has this new guy, Jason, he's like, at first my impression of him was like a little cocky, like when they were talking, like he's like, of course the girls would like me, like who wouldn't? But then I just kind of, as it got on, I was like, I think he's just a little uncomfortable in front of the cameras, and then obviously they tell us that he is.
Yeah.
But they met through a mutual friend, so that was really cool. Usually at this point in their lives, they're meeting people that are reaching out to them on Twitter, like Amber.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like a little sketchy, like, what do you really want? But he's 39, so there's a over 10-year age gap.
I thought it was 9.
Over 10.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, because she's not 29.
Okay.
She's not even 28.
Okay.
She's not even 27.
I think it was from episode 8. Not even kidding. There was a couple that was dating, and it was 9 years. Anyway,
I don't know that one, but I know you do. But he has a little boy. He was married twice. I thought it was cool how she told Jeremy and Corey, her 2 kids' fathers,
yeah,
you know, that they had, she had been talking to somebody, and she was, you know, maybe if they start being around each other or whatever, and then both the guys, pretty much, she said, we're just like, we trust your instinct and what you want to do.
That's great.
So it was really great. What did you think about the conversation with Jason and the girls, what they were eating?
Oh, I thought it was cute, you know. He's like talking to them, asking like whatever
Leah.
yeah. Is that who it was?
Aaliyah, yeah.
Okay. And what's the other daughter's name?
Allie.
Allie.
But they call Aaliyah Gracie.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. He was playful with them, you know. It was good.
Yeah.
Said he was nervous. They gave him some advice.
Yeah.
That was really
We've been
funny.
on TV our entire lives, but they really have, which is the
Right.
weirdest thing.
What were they saying? Don't fart.
Yeah.
Don't go to the bathroom. It's really cute.
Yeah, I thought it was really cute. So Allie has muscular dystrophy, and her lungs are getting weaker, and she's just starting to use this breathing machine. And what it is like her muscles are just going to start deteriorating, essentially. So literally meaning every muscle, like, in her body. So her lungs are weakening. But last season, they told us about how their school was getting rid of her aid. And they were so upset about it. They just got rid of it. And now this year, she's going back, and they're just giving her a different aid. Somebody that works in an elementary school, like, what do you think of that? Is that, like, a thing? You could just get rid of somebody's aid when they really need it? Like, this girl has a power wheelchair.
Yeah, so what I mean, there had to been, what do you mean they just got rid of her? Maybe did she get fired?
No,
or?
they said she no longer, like, qualifies or, like, needs it or something. Like, they pretty much said that because the whole huff and puff between the parents were like, how is she supposed to go to the bathroom? How do we know she's going to be finishing her lunch? She needs extra time to eat lunch. Like,
Yeah, so, I mean, if the school is with her 6 hours a day, they're seeing that however they have it set up, she's getting along. And the biggest thing when you want to have them be independent.
maybe it wasn't that the school thought so. Maybe it was that, like, something wasn't approved, I think.
I'd have to see, because it cannot not be approved if she qualifies.
Well, she got it back.
Yeah, so I don't know.
So anyway, but it is a huge thing, I think, for her.
Yeah, it sounds like she really needs it.
Yeah. So let's move on to Janelle.
Okay.
This was a little bit of a shocker that her and her mom even have a relationship. Like,
okay.
Her mom didn't go to her wedding.
Yeah, she said
Like, it really bad. And then it just really surprised me, the turn of Bab's relationship with Nathan, Kaiser's dad, because the last I knew, they were like friends and went to lunch.
Oh.
So, and like, everybody was against David, and Barb, whatever her name is, Babs, Barb, people call her everything, said that she thought that David was hitting the kids too. So, I don't know. It's just really weird. But anyway, Janelle and Barbara meet up, Janelle and her mom. And I guess how it happened was Nathan found like switch mark
Yeah, like
bruises or something.
From
Yeah.
a stick or something.
On Kaiser's butt when he had him, so he refused to give him back. So Janelle called her mom, like freaking out, like needed her mom.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how they started their relationship back, which Babs is totally okay with. She's like, a mother's love is unconditional. So
Yeah, and I'm thinking, you know how you just said, like, she was all for the father on his side. But probably when Janelle called, she wanted that, you know? Right, you love your child unconditionally, so she's going to switch, I think.
Yeah.
You know, at this point, whatever her daughter wants, if they're doing good. They've had a lot of problems in their relationship
yeah,
from the start.
definitely. So what did you think about this Kaiser situation? After we hear Nathan and his friend talking about it, you know.
Well, I first thought, like, did anybody get a picture?
I know.
You know, did you have, like, is there proof? And then she was blaming it on the...
A water slide at school.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
That's not gonna happen. I've seen kids like on their butt fall downstairs on their butt and there's nothing but
Yeah.
a red mark that goes away in 20 minutes.
Right.
So, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. And the fact that they're calling it a switch mark and not like a bruise. Like, even Nathan's mother says that, which
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of person she is, but
Yeah, I hear you. I don't know.
I don't know.
They're gonna have to go to court, though.
Yeah, so they go to mediation. Obviously, nothing's worked out. Annoying that David had to go, so we couldn't film Janelle. But so they had to set a court date because they couldn't agree on anything. And then Jace, Barbara, and Janelle go to get ice cream together, which is really great because we haven't seen that, and it seems really good. But apparently, Janelle was telling her mom that Nathan was super just angry in there and upset, and I don't know.
And that she's just talking, I'm just talking like this, and nice
I
and
haven't got
calm.
upset at all.
And he was going off. But, you know, first when the show started,
This season?
not last season, this season, and that it said that she had Kaiser, all this problem with it. I'm like, oh my, her mom has her other son. Now she's getting this son taken away. And I had all kinds of comments from how she was in episode 1. Honestly, though, that episode, last season, the first one, she was horrible. She was at that little baby yelling at him. So I don't know if she had improved that whole season 8 in mothering. No. Okay. So, I mean,
I'll tell you right now, my thoughts on the David situation. I think I would definitely say that he's, not a very good disciplinary figure.
okay.
Like, person.
What do you mean?
I definitely think that he would smack him.
Okay.
Or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, especially if Janelle's in the background swearing and ragging at him
And so David and Janelle have a little daughter, Ensley, together. And she's like a year younger than Kaiser.
Yeah.
Or 2 or something. And I can just imagine, roughhousing or something like that. David getting mad at Kaiser for like hurting the little girl or something.
Right.
I don't know. He's just a scary, scary guy.
So now, before all this, has Kaiser's dad ever had any other accusations or issues or problems with them as parents?
Yes.
Has he? So he's
always said it, but he hasn't really been able to do anything because I think he had some like domestic issues and like some issues. Like, none of these guys are good guys. Like, she just doesn't know how to pick them.
I know.
So there's that.
So you never know. It's really hard to, because if he had just gotten off of whatever probation or whatever, if all that's cleared. But I mean, I don't know.
I think that Nathan is a good dad, but I don't think he'd be a good full-time dad. I don't think Janelle's a bad mom. I just don't think she's a good full-time mom. So it would be nice if they could both get like 50-50, because I think they would both appreciate that 50% of time.
Yeah, that's true.
With him, because I just don't think either of them are, whatever. But with the David around, I really do side with Nathan about that, because it is scary. And he is a very, like, volatile guy. You'll see on Instagram, he does things like, oh my gosh, just the other day he posted something about, like, he's very into guns and having guns and keeping guns, and I guess some, like, trolls online had said something about it, or, something, you need to stop posting things about it. And then he literally, like, posted story after story, videos of him going in, like, his bedroom, like, his basement, his, like, kitchen, all these stuff. Oh, look at all these guns I have. Look at all this ammo, like, throwing ammo and, like, bullets everywhere. I have so much. I could kill, like, a United States, like, army if they came up. Like, he said the craziest things. Like, it's my property, trespassing, send the FBI, like, crazy stuff.
How old is he?
30?
Oh, my
29?
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Yeah. So, he has a daughter that we saw a lot last season. Like, a lot. She's older, Marissa. She's, like, maybe, like, 12. But he has a son that he has no custody of.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, that just plays into the whole thing. All right. So, we'll be back to that for sure next week.
Yeah.
So, let's talk about Kail. She has little Lux and Lincoln and Isaac.
All from... said Kail.
Kail. Kaylin.
Kaylin. Oh, they call her Kail?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Because it's like Kaylin. Kaylin. Everybody just calls it Kail.
Yeah, it is Kailyn.
Yeah. Like spinach and kale.
I like kale.
Yeah. So, she has 3 different baby daddies, 3 different kids. And Javi is Lincoln's dad. So remember when I told you that, yes, so this is the girl that would move to Dover for him. Apparently they had dated years ago. I don't know much about that. But, so this is his new girlfriend, Lauren, just moved in with him, and she's like 12 months pregnant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, then we talked to Kail about Chris, Lux's dad, and apparently he stepped up because when he was born, Chris was nowhere to be found, didn't pay child support, didn't see him, nothing. Didn't even ask about him for like a good first year of his life, pretty much. Yeah, probably around that. Maybe less, but so I guess now Chris has Lux every other weekend, and he's paying child support, and then
that's like, the littlest baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, wow, it seems too good to be true. And then she goes on to say that her and Chris are like working on their relationship.
Oh, okay.
It's like, oh, okay, well that makes sense then. So Kail goes on to say that she has no contact with Lauren. There was a time, at the probably end of Javi and Breanna's relationship where her and Javi, Kail and Javi were like trying fake getting together or whatever she said. So it was probably like hooking up, and they didn't know what was going on. Nobody really had any like idea. But she went through Javi's phone, and he was talking to her, Breanna, and Lauren all at the same time, and Kail found some texts saying like the worst bad word ever. Yeah. About Kail. Yeah. Your blank ex-wife. Blah, blah,
over
blah,
and
blah,
over.
Over and over. I mean, we don't really know how true that is.
Well, I'm sure it's true. I mean, in the beginning of a however it worked out.
Yeah. Yeah.
She seemed nice.
Yeah. I mean, so Lauren stays in the car at drop-offs when they do drop-offs with Lincoln. She's never even met Kail. And Lincoln has his first soccer game, and how awkward was this?
So awkward.
oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're on the sideline, they're both cheering for the same person, and these, like, producers, they definitely knew how to, like, clip it all to make it even more cringeworthy, because it was, like, her yelling, Lauren yelling, go Lincoln, and Kail yelling, yeah, Lincoln, get it, like, blah, 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 and it was just, like...
Well, it was how they, like, also set the camera so that you can get them both in the view, you know, and they're probably not as close. It looked like they were as close as you and I are right
Well,
now.
think about it, though. Lux was literally dribbling the ball, and Lauren was saying, oh my God, his hair is so cute and curly. I want those curls. I love those curls. Kicking him. He's so cute. Look at him walking around. And then she was, like, kicking the ball. Javi was kicking the ball with Lincoln, or Isaac, the older son. And Lauren started, like, kicking the ball, too, saying, like, oh, use the side of your foot. Use the side of your foot. And Kail was just like, what the hell is going on?
I know.
She does not know how to, like, hold in her emotions, which I don't really either, so, but I get it. But Kail said, you know, I'm not ready to meet Lauren, she said. But they're both cheering for him, and it was just so awkward. Because it was in such a small area, I feel like.
So awkward. But I thought that Lauren was tried a little bit with the whole, you know, saying the baby had beautiful curly hair, how cute he is. But on Kail's face, you could see that she wasn't happy.
No, not at all. It was pretty crazy. So we'll move on to Breanna, who I wouldn't say, like, her part's always just, like, I don't know. So we'll go into it. Devon has been living with her for 2 months, but still not spending enough time with Nova. I don't really know what that means. Breanna wants to talk to her sister about wanting to kick out Devon out of the house. So she tells him that, you know, I need you to move out, and he was, get your stuff out by next week. Like, that's so crazy.
Yeah. Well, he just wasn't around enough, I guess.
Yeah, because then he starts talking about how he worked 40 to 45 hours a week. Like, that's is
normal.
buddy.
So, didn't she have a baby with a guy that she met in a club? Was the baby there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I don't know. I just looked right past her.
Yeah, so he says he's moving out with a friend, and so, I don't know, it was very...
Yeah, wait, so he must have had that planned for a little while, because when she had called him, he said, yeah, that I am. I have a friend.
So that works.
Works, yeah.
That's
Both
good.
had the same idea. I thought it was really funny, though, this is just not even, that the sister was sitting there with a nose, you know, one of those peel nose things.
Yeah.
Like, and she knows she's on camera and tons of people are going to see her.
Yeah, she really owns the casual
Yeah, very, yeah.
girl. Like,
Yeah, she was nice. I liked her.
you should watch some previous episodes.
Oh.
Some previous seasons, yeah.
Okay, all right.
So Breanna, this was so weird to me. Okay, Breanna tells Nova, your dad got his own place. He's gonna come get his stuff, but you can visit him if you want. You just let me know if you want to visit him. So then she goes and sits down with her friend Shirley, and Shirley's like, "You really gonna let her go, you know, see him in his house, or whatever?" She goes, "I don't know. I mean, if she cries and like she really wants to, then I mean, maybe. But other than that, no. Like,
Why?
you're gonna push your kid to the point where she's gonna cry, and that's the only way you're gonna listen. Like, that is so crazy, and that's the craziest mothering I've ever heard of."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, why did she even...
I'll say no until she starts screaming and crying, is what she pretty much said.
Oh, true. Well, why did she even bring it up to her and ask her?
Yeah. Like, it was an option, so now she's gonna say, "Can I go to Daddy's?" No. Are you gonna start screaming and crying? 'Cause then I probably will. But then she goes, "I don't know. I mean, if she starts to cry and really wants to, then maybe. But other than that, no." Like, what?
If she takes the first time I say it, no, you can't. Okay. All right, then we're good.
Oh my God. That doesn't mean that you should not, like, condone a relationship with the father. I don't know. But yeah, so that's it. That's all the girls we have, which is so weird, seeing how we go from all those other girls last season.
I know.
It might have been only one more in this, but anyway, it seemed like a lot. But, you know, this was the first episode, so we will get into a lot more drama, a lot more stuff to debate and figure out. And yeah, but let's get into our special segment. I have a new one for this
what is it?
season. So this is Teen Mom 2, Teen Mom U.
What's that mean?
So what it means is each week you're going to pick a character. It could be a kid, it could be a baby, it could be anyone that you think, you know, they did something or you felt like you related to them the most.
Oh.
So, do you want me to go first?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Okay. So, I think my Teen Mom U would be probably, I mean, I didn't think about my own when I did this, so I just did it on the spot. But, I think it would probably be Kail, because, you know, she's really bad at holding her emotions in and kind of that, like, resting bitch face, and, like, I'm not a very good faker when I'm mad, so I think she would be mine.
So who was, like, the one that I'll describe me and you pick one.
Or it could be like a part in the episode, because you'll do one each week, so it's not.
I know. Oh no! Oh no!
Is that what you did for this week?
Definitely had it. Oh no! Oh, I don't know. What could I think? Oh my god!
Do you think you were like Aubrey because you used your words? She used her words, and she was very...
I'll say I'm like Chelsea because I like that big open.
Okay, that works.
That's all I got.
That works. So, yeah, so, you know, get better at those?
Sure.
Okay.
It might be big open land every week.
No, it has to do with that exact episode.
Well, she'll always have that.
And you listeners, our viewers, if you want to comment your Teen Mom U, just comment below. We'll read them next week and see what we got. So, if you think you're related to anybody on the show, let us know. So we have some news and gossip. So Leah's boyfriend Jason has a son named Raylan, a little boy. Jason's Instagram name is Raylan's Dad 416. But he has a private account, okay, with only 614 followers, which makes me believe that he really doesn't care about being on camera, because he would, you know, he's gotten a flooded friend request.
Are you talking about her
boyfriend?
Oh, not the boyfriend's son. Okay.
No, the boyfriend's son's maybe like 4, I think, or something.
Okay.
If I was to guess, I don't know why. I think I saw a picture of him on Leah's sometime a long time ago. Okay. But definitely he was flooded with follow requests from fans and trolls that found out that they were dating, because she had been posting about him for a while. So she definitely
Good.
found that out. But yeah, I think he's pretty cool. He's definitely my favorite new boyfriend.
Yeah.
Out of all the Teen Mom people.
He's. I feel like he's gonna be responsible.
Besides Cole, obviously Cole is just amazing in every way, shape, and form. So, Javi did have his baby boy. Okay, obviously she was ready to pop then. Mm-hmm. So he is here. His name is Eli. He was born November 16th, so he's just 2 months old.
Aww.
He is a little monkey baby. He's so cute.
Is he?
Yeah, he's really cute. And then obviously Chelsea had her baby, but I think she's like 6 months now or something like that. No, she's like 4 months. I don't know. Anyway, her name is Lane. Layne.
Oh, very cute.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah.
I say it really bad though because I'm so nasally all the time. Lane.
Yeah.
Stay in your lane, girl. But it is really cute. So, you know what's really disappointing? There was no on the next.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Teen Mom 2, so we don't know. Do you have any predictions for us though, lady?
I think that we're gonna see more of Janelle and maybe this fight with the father. I don't know, maybe Kail and Lauren?
Yes.
Will finally have some kind of a meeting, get together.
Oh, God.
Eventually they're going to have to.
I mean, if they're not now, with her pregnant and living in the house, then does she really ever have to?
Well, something's going to come up.
Something has to, yes. My predictions maybe would be, I think maybe Adam will show up to one visitation or something, and then he's just going to drop off again.
Oh.
I know.
Has he ever been consistent?
Never. Never. He was the one that, when she was born, like, to make Chelsea mad, because he was just toyed with her for so long, where are the papers that I can sign over that, for that thing? About Aubrey.
Oh, heartbreaking.
Yeah. But, so it's like, somebody that can say that, I mean, you know what kind of person you are, regardless of how bad you are.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But I hope that, I don't know what I hope. I really don't think I hope that he stays in her life, because it's like, you've already done so much damage. Just let them be on with their new family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Cole is just so great. She has...
Exactly.
She doesn't need to be, like, half-assed in this weird, like, inconsistent, bad life.
And having to go through that all the time, over and over again, that disappointment. You can only eat so much ice cream each week.
I know. And it's like, he's going to see her. So she's only going to think he doesn't want to see me.
Oh, it so hurts.
Isn't that so true, though?
Yes. Absolutely. There's no
Why
other
wouldn't he
right.
show up? What else does he have to do? Something's more important than me. He doesn't even want to see me. So
bad for her.
I would be so livid if I was Chelsea.
Oh, no kidding.
I mean, she is. You can tell. But, all right. Well, we will be back here next Tuesday. Every week, every Tuesday. So the night after the episode airs, we will be here discussing everything pretty much we just discussed, but new content. So I'm your host, Mackenzie Fain. You can find me on Instagram at Mackenzie Fain. Where can we find you, Mama?
You can find me at Lee Fain on Instagram.
Nobody here knows the joke, but she doesn't. She always says, like, you can find me at home or something like that. But you did good.
I've gotten good.
All right, well, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Make sure to subscribe, to like our AfterBuzz reality channel to get more content just like this for your other favorite reality TV shows. And we have so many other channels as well. So definitely stay with us. And we'll be back next week, guys. Thanks so much. Have a good night.